Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com. What is her trauma?
Well, we don't really know. What we do know is that she blames her father. She does not much care for her father. She will talk endlessly about her mother.
Really?
Her father, she rarely ever mentions him. It's like he doesn't exist. We also know that she spent most of her teen years living in Quebec in Canada, and she never talks about that. It's like a blank spot. I've heard different rumors about what might have happened during those years. I can't confirm them, but whenever she talks about her life story, she talks about her childhood in California, and she talks about, going to college or whatever. There's this big blank spot, and it's when she was living in Quebec in Canada. The other thing is that there is no politician that I can think of in modern times that talks about their own childhood as much as Kamala Harris does, right? Remember that slogan, "That little girl was me."
Yeah.
And the T-shirts with 10-year-old Kamala's face on them. And the endless references to when she was a child and when she was, experienced discrimination or discriminated racism. The latest thing is her laugh. We're not allowed to talk about her laugh because she got bullied for her laugh when she was a child, right? There's this endless talk about, childhood Kamala and how child Kamala was mistreated, how the world was unfair to her. It's rather unhealthy.
She laughs it's not her laugh per se. It's her inappropriate laughing. That's the thing. It's not, we're not making fun of her laugh. We're making fun that she laughs like a sociopath because she can't pick up normal social cues and when it's appropriate or not appropriate to laugh like a maniac, which is what she does. And so I think she is a clinical sociopath. Most people who rise to the top of politics are narcissists, to say the least. But I think she's clinically could be diagnosed as a sociopath. So her indifference to other people's suffering is astounding. It's jaw-dropping. And the fact that she covered up when the people were coming back with false positive drug tests to keep people locked up, she her office anyway argued in front of a judge twice that we got to keep the prisoners locked up even against a court order. The court ordered her to release prisoners in California. That's how bad she was, and she still wouldn't do it. And the argument they came up with was that it'll upset the prison labor system in California. So I bet there's a lot more stuff, crazy stuff like that in here. Hey, here's one review I found. It says here, Biden may be asleep, but at least he isn't a psychotic maniac driven by hatred of their father. Kamala Harris, in her rage against the oppression of dads everywhere, is willing to nuke dads everywhere. Make no mistake about it. A Kamala Harris presidency is unprecedented. Never before has someone so fundamentally screwed in the head been this close to the presidency without any say by the American people. That's the thing, right? So the people who say they're putting democracy on the ballot, there's absolutely no democracy in the primary. We've covered that already. But anything else you'd like to say people should know about your book before we say goodbye?
Well, it is very weird that it got pulled at that time, and I think we know what's going on. But it is available on Lulu, and I have it out there. I know people are circulating the PDF online as well, and I'm proud of it. I think that it was worth doing a lot of deep dive research into the woman who became the vice president, and now it looks like she could be our next president. And what I find disturbing is that the American people just don't like her. They didn't like her in 2020. They haven't liked her for the last 4 years, but the relentless effort to sell her to us. They are trying so hard to get us to like her. We're not liking her. She has not been voted for. She got very few votes in the presidential primary in 2020.
She had to drop out. She had to drop out. I thought she dropped out before Iowa.
Yeah. She just completely is not somebody. The American people can tell what she's about. You listen to the anger behind her voice. There's a phony quality to what she's doing. But there are certain people that know how to push her buttons, and they know that she will do things, and she's willing to do things like what she did when she was California State Attorney General. She's willing to do those things. She doesn't have any qualms about it, and they know how to push her buttons. She has certain trauma or rage, a desire for vengeance against the world. And there are people around her who know how to push her buttons and know how to get her to do what they want. And that is very disturbing. The more you look into her, there is a division, I must say, among the American elite, right? And that there is one faction that is very committed to spreading chaos and instability around the world. The Arab Spring that happened during Obama's first term, the results of that in terms of terrorism and refugees and all of that is ongoing. There's a lot of people in the military who don't want that. They don't want that again. They don't want that kind of instability to spread around the world. And that's really the divide that's going on. And I think there's many people, even, behind closed doors in the Democrat Party, in the Republican Party, in the military, who just think that having her in office could be very, very dangerous for the whole world.
I like this. I'll read this part of the review of your book right here. It says, what Caleb Maupin makes very clear in his book is that Harris has long been noted by all of her peers to be completely unstable. However, throughout her career, her bosses and handlers have weaponized her instability and psychopathy to forge her into a tokenized, semi-effective battering ram for whatever regressive policies need a black face behind them. That's pretty good. Well, sums up Kamala Harris, I think.
Yeah, well, read my book. It's available on Lulu, and there's a reason they took it down from Amazon. They don't want you to see what's there.
Okay. All right. It's called Kamala Harris and the Future of America by Caleb T. Maupin. Okay, Caleb. Thank you. Good luck selling some books off this.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll
Thanks.
see. Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com.